Well, it's another great Monday.
It sure is. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday to you. Let's talk about Friday.
Let's do. Friday, we knew from the middle of the week that we were going to try to set aside some time specifically to, again, batch record some stuff so that we've got content that we can edit. It was for our own purposes, for our content pillars. And we set it aside and went, oh my goodness, I think we've got enough in the can here that we can actually, in the queue, to run through quite a few different setups, different videos.
Right.
And we're calculating the time going, can we get it all done?
Can we do it?
And we went for it.
On Thursday, we had someone come in to do some headshots, which we don't like doing photographs, but this
we'll edit that out.
This was for a friend.
Don't tell people that we do that.
But this was for a friend. By the way, they loved them.
Good.
They loved the photographs.
Good.
I'm gonna start saying that so much that it's actually gonna become anyways.
Yep. You're gonna be talking to a brand new prospective client and go, well, we can get some photographs of the.
Yep, I'm just owning it.
And then you just sit in it for a minute and go,
Yep, this is my life now. But they loved them. But because of that, we decided, even before setting that up, hey, we're going to have this already set up. Let's actually get some updated content for our own website.
Right.
Since haircuts and since new employees, it
there's
just
a lot
makes
going
sense.
on. Yeah. A lot going on, and we got to make sure that we're staying current, staying up to date, staying hip and with it, as the kids say.
Yeah. Well, and since we have a youngish employee,
youngish.
It makes sense that we stay hip to the jive.
That's right.
Young
We
turkey.
are. We're not squares. We're hip to the jive.
Yeah. So we got that done, and then we decided to add in some personal, our own testimonial, so to speak, our own history when it comes to video and our thoughts and stuff about ArcVid. That's going to be really good for the website, for an about us, for anybody who actually really cares to get to know us. I think it's important,
Right.
but yeah, that was good.
Well, I think it's a good snapshot in time as well.
Yeah.
These may not be testimonials that stand the test of time because we're going to keep growing. We're going to keep changing.
Yeah.
And our thoughts about things may also keep changing.
Yeah.
But for the moment, we're going to throw that on there because it's who we are. It's what we do.
It is. It really is. But let's talk about the fun stuff.
We were batching on Friday for our Fun Friday videos, and it meant that we were having a lot more fun because we were doing a lot more different setups.
Yeah.
And different types of setups entirely.
Yes. Fully different setups. So we did a lot of different, we had a lot of different challenges with that. And what's cool about that is because of our past challenges, we are growing and learning to help us overcome those things that we're like, we should have done this better.
Yes.
And now this time, and specifically, there's one I want to really talk about. It's jumping ahead a little bit, but it's the color card.
Okay.
So if you guys don't know, in fact,
let's go ahead.
So this is a color card, and every
Here,
time
you
do it. Every time we make a video, we try to make sure we have this because this will help us calibrate colors. You have down here at the very bottom, you have a skin tone color, and then you just have different colors. This basically helps the camera and the real life environment to match, right? It's just a tool to assist. So what we found that we've done in the past is we get so into the moment that we'll completely change scenes and forget, okay, we didn't properly calibrate. Now it doesn't stop us. It's not like, okay, we have to scrap all that footage.
It makes it a little bit harder in post, when we're actually trying to match colors between different types of shots. If we have no basis to go off of, because that's the thing, that always gets us back to a base. It's like, okay, so at least we've got this flat line, then we apply our look, we apply all these things on top of it.
Yeah.
But at least we know from shot to shot, no matter what the lighting situation is, we've got it clocked, so to speak, and that allows us to always return back to that look. And it just speeds things up so much faster if we remember
it does.
to use it.
But then we also we overcame some challenges when it came to different lighting setups.
Right. So we had not only interior lighting, but we also tried a couple of shots in the exterior, which is outdoors for you, for the layman, if they're not familiar with the, industry terms.
Right.
Exterior shots would be outdoors. And we definitely had some challenges there, which it seems like we always do. We could have tried to shoot on like a calm, windless day. No. We could have tried to shoot on a cloudy, overcast day. Nope. We're going to go ahead when the sun is bright and the wind is just howling.
Yeah.
And then we think, okay, well, how do we fix this? How can we mitigated on during the shoot so that we don't have to do
Yeah.
so much nonsense in post
Yeah.
to try to correct for just a constant wind undertone.
Yeah.
We got to kind of cut it back.
We did some cool things with the GoPro. We're finally able to use that on some of this actually in production, and it makes sense for the video.
Yep.
So that was pretty good.
I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
incorporating some of that because, we always have the GoPro, and what we've been using it for more than anything is just kind of behind the scenes stuff like, oh, it's a candid look. It's never
Yeah.
something that's matched with the rest of our shots. But this
Yeah.
time we were going to actually incorporate it into one of our videos, and I'm looking forward to seeing the results.
So we got to like preview it, and
Mhm.
I thought it sounded pretty good,
Yeah.
even without the actual professional audio recorder that we were using as well with
Yep.
it. So and it looks great. I was surprised actually how good it looks.
Mhm.
But we also used the GoPro, which this is one of the things we knew kind of had been happening and we're still working with, is like it actually didn't take the first time. Like we did the shot
Yeah.
and it didn't close the file.
Right.
It just kind of froze, and I was like, well, I guess I turn it off.
Yeah, I don't know what to do there.
But that actually also happened when we did our last shoot that we finished, because we were using the GoPro for behind the scenes, and it didn't
Right.
record one of the 6 interviews that we did
Yeah,
for our BTS.
And we didn't know in the moment until you look back and you're like, oh,
it wasn't recording.
Well, it didn't grab
Which-
that. Okay.
Yeah, so it was just BTS at that point. So
Yeah.
it's like, okay,
Mhm.
it's not like the biggest deal. Who cares?
Right.
But it is kind of a bummer.
Mhm.
But with that shoot, the one we did last week for those interviews, we spent quite a bit of time this week as well working on them. Like the two of us
Yep.
spent like a good, I would say probably about a day and a half.
I would say
A
so.
work day and a
Yep,
half,
a
of
work
course.
day and exactly.
Yeah.
A work day and a half of both of us
Yeah.
working on these testimonials and interviews that we
Yeah.
had kind of shot and piecing them together.
Yeah.
And in my mind, at some points, trying to force them to say things they meant to say but didn't quite get to it. It's like,
Yeah.
let's do some creative cutting here, and then
Yeah.
you did say it. Surprise.
Well, and then so on top of that, for that same client,
Mhm.
we are in the final stages of wrapping up their website build.
Yes. Yep.
And-
Well, and we're going to get it launched, maybe not a full launch right off the bat, but they need something out there because right now they still have their old site that just says under construction,
Yeah.
which apparently it has for a while, and they're not happy with that. We
Yeah.
are not happy for them for that, so we want to make sure that we just get something stood up. It'll at least be a landing page, a
Yeah.
home page that'll have some pretty good content, pretty good links, and then we'll work on fleshing out that back end and really getting a full launch
Yeah.
within a couple of days. It's not going to take us long to
Right.
really wrap it all up.
Right.
We are at the finish line right now.
Yeah, and given a final review, like there's a few little pieces of content that we're still waiting to receive to
Mhm.
kind of help flesh out some of those pages. But past that, I feel like have a fantastic design put together for
Mhm.
them. So upon final review of, okay, yeah, what we typed and you entered in
Yeah,
looks good. I think we're pretty much ready.
that's
I'm
true.
excited about this one because of all the different facets. We almost built like a page within a web page for the one.
We did. There's a program that's
Yeah.
so unique to itself. It becomes its own kind of brand within the overall structure. And the question we had since the beginning was, how do we control that? Because do we really want pages that don't really look coherent, that they don't
Yeah.
really, they're not cohesive? We're not presenting one brand, we're presenting multiple brands. And it was something, if you remember from our first review with the client was like, we don't want to confuse people with all the different stuff kind
Yeah.
of going on. And it's like, that's okay. I understand too. We refined it and it's like, okay, I think we've got clear distinctions.
Oh yeah,
And so now I feel like where we're at is much, much better than where we were
yeah,
when we started. And it's interesting to see too from that first revision, the notes that we got back from the client saying, we've missed the mark in certain areas. Could you maybe do this, to the second iteration where the review came back with, oh, this is fantastic.
Right.
You guys you're knocking it out of the park. And so
Yeah.
now it's just those final tweaks, the fine tuning.
yeah. Not
We're
at
working
all.
hard.
Yes, we are. And speaking of working hard, we probably should get back to that.
Sounds like a plan,
We
man.
got to edit all this week before Friday.
1, 2, 3, not it.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna get back to it, and
Yep.
it's gonna be a good week. I
Yeah.
feel really good. Let's try something different then, as far as our ending. Number one, you know what to do. Like every channel you go to says the same thing at the end, so I'm not even gonna say it. Is he gonna say it?
Oh no,
Are you gonna-
we're just going to stare down the lens is what we're going to do. Stare right down the barrel. And maybe what we'll do is we'll put like text on the screen.
Okay.
And so we don't have to say the words. We'll point to different areas too. Like,
Do it. Do it. Okay. That's
Okay.
that's the
Feels
end.
good.
Bye.
See you.